Welcome to week 13 podcast. Hey everybody, I'm Sam. With us we have Rob. Rob, how's it going, sir?
Well, I'm high as hell off paint fumes, Sam.
Yeah,
Yourself?
Rob is having his house painted.
I'm sitting in a corner of the smallest corner that isn't papered off right now. So, uh,
But we had some exciting games last week. We have a lot of, I don't want to say mix up, but a lot of outcomes can come out this week, right? The final week of the season, right, Rob? Final week.
let's tear it down.
Yeah, let's take a look at Conference One Earth. Degenerate Bastard at 9-4 with a 3-game winning streak. Good job there. Savs 9-4. The Gangrene 7-6, and Leo's Legion at 5-8.
That's right, Sam. And I mean, we're going to spend 15 minutes talking about how Gangrene crawled itself back to 500 on the season. So, okay, we're done with that subject now. Yeah, no. Well, okay, so the playoffs over here are set. This is easy. Degenerate Bastard, Savs, and Wolfpack are in. Everybody else is out. However, we got a lot more excitement after that. Wolfpack is locked into first place. But we have Degenerate Bastards for the first time. That's the first time I have seen those eyeballs atop that list in a long time, right above Savs, Sam. And it's just the points are just there. So this week, I know for a fact Gangrene's going to go ahead and take out Degenerate Bastard, just like I took out Savs last week, and I'm in fight until the ending. I'd like to point out a season sweep on Savs. That was pretty, it's like the high point of my season. And I had a horrible loss to Michael earlier this year, and I'm telling you, that's like the entire difference between me being in the playoffs and him. Oh, that and 300 points. That being said, Degenerate Bastard is playing Gangrene. He wins. He's got it. Jaime's not going to pick up, what is that? 200 points on him almost, 128 points, 138 points. It's not going to happen. Leo's Legion, who's a very game team, is playing on Savs. So, I mean, if Degenerate and Savs both win, it's going to come down to points. My guess would be Degenerate. Obviously, if they both lose, comes down to points. And if one of them wins and the other loses, then we lock that in. That comes into play majorly because Wolfpack over there is sitting right in between them with points. And, he's 87 back of Degenerate, so that is doable in 1 week. He could still theoretically get the first round bye. He's locked into that number 2 slot at worst. So you're going to have a big change there between Degenerate and Savs playing either 1 or 3. And remember, the waiver wire order switches up to favor the first place team in the playoffs. Oh, and shit, that reminds me, I got to go in and change our our calendar back so it doesn't cross at 7 in the morning. And then you have Degenerate, so you have that there with Degenerate and Savs and Wolfpack. As for the rest of them, everybody get your rosters in. I don't have Wolfpack is playing who this week?
High rollers.
We'll find that out.
High rollers. And you're right, Rob. Even if Wolfpack was to lose to high rollers, he'll still be in.
Oh, yeah, he's in the number 2 slot no matter what. He's just playing for number 1. He's going to need a little bit of help. I mean, really, it's the way it plays out is really simple. I mean, if Wolfpack wins, if he loses, he's not getting the number 1 seed. If he wins, then it kind of comes down to between Savs and Degenerate. Lot to play there, but we'll see. So everybody, remember, get your rosters in on that one. Now let's go to the mess of this Conference 2.
The Conference 2, Dean Gray at 7-6, Browntown at 6-7, El Oso Verde at 5-8 with a 3-game winning streak. The Red Raider at 5-8, and let's go look at Water Division. The Heart Foundation at 8-5, Ninja Assassin at 8-5, Kelly Knights at 6-7, and Straight LA at 5-8.
Okay, so like I put out on Sunday, like literally every game means something this weekend. Every single one. So the commission will be watching very closely to make sure rosters are in on time. So this is kind of coming down to God, man, all right, Dean Gray is in trouble. Right? He made the comment a few weeks back that he had some breathing room, which is immediately just death for fantasy football. You think you have I mean, look at this shit, dude. With the difference between first place and last place over here is 1 game, really. It's 1 win or 1 loss. I mean, it really is. And it's just at 7-6. We literally could have a division that comes out of there with 7 wins. And normally 9 is a winner for the playoffs in this league. So this is kind of a weak division as it stands. The points aren't really off the chart either. So they're kind of they're a little bit of the AFC South of our league, even though that's not too bad this year. So, but real basic, Dean Gray plays Red Raider. If Red Raider beats him and El Oso Verde loses to Browntown, then he's got a shot. He needs to pick up 73 points. If Dean Gray wins, it's over. It's done. And if Browntown loses, it's over. Dean Gray's in. So he's in the driver's seat for sure, but he would have much rather in an extremely close game last weekend between Red Raider and Browntown, because if this goes just a couple points the other way, we're talking Red Raider in this type of circumstance, and I don't think he's going to pick up 200 on Scotty there. So Browntown staying alive, had a tough start to the season, but he's right there in the thick of it. And yeah, Scott's falling back to earth, and man, Lamar Jackson cannot run the ball anymore. So, and then you go over, and so then you roll over here and tell me the Hart Foundation is playing who?
The Hart Foundation playing Kelly Knights.
All right, man, which Kelly Knights would love to get the win there to get back to 500, and that means you're playing straight LA. This
Correct.
is all right. Well, what I can tell you, Sam, is congratulations to both you and Cody. You are both in the playoffs. There's nothing that's going to stop that from happening. So you guys will be playing at least in week 15, one of you. And really, one of you is most likely going to get the bye.
Yeah.
God, it's so tough. It is. I mean, it's just if Hart Foundation wins and you win, he's probably going to get the first round bye. If Hart Foundation loses and you win, you're going to get the first round bye. And if both you guys lose and Scott wins, it's probably going to go to Hart Foundation, man. So
that's a mess right there. Yeah.
This would not be a good week to have your worst week of the year if you're in that conference. And I mean, hey, personally, I was just thrilled to death to get to 500. I'm hoping to get, get above it. In one game, Sam, I'm one game out, and it just, dude, you just look back on the season. I can think of, I'm just using myself. We're not talking about me, but I think of a bullshit last second garbage time toss from Lamar Jackson to beat me. And I think about a David Montgomery when he should have gone down. Those are two games that I'm right there, man. So if you ever think that, if you're ever sitting around going, oh, I can probably win without this guy, I need 5 points, or I can lose a week. Yeah, no, not really. I mean, there are no breaks in this league. We got 16 guys that know what the fuck they're doing, and, go with it. So good luck, guys, man. I mean, but hey, I didn't really notice that till right now. You and Cody are in 100%, so that's not going to change.
That's good. Rob, that's 2 years I'm in the playoff in a row. I made the playoff last year. I'm going to make it this year too. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Holy hell, I better cancel the league, man.
After not being in the playoff. No, I say that because after not being in the playoffs for 11 years, something like that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You went like 11 years?
Yeah, it was like 11 years since I made the playoffs, and now I'm back in two years in a row. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm the best or whatever, but I'm just saying after 11 years, I made it two years in a row.
Well, then, Sam, you know what? Congratulations, brother. That's they got an 11-year gap in between.
Something like that, yeah, at least 11 years.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember a few years there where there was a couple where we're both just sitting there going, man, we suck. Yeah. Why do we got to keep talking about this shit?
Yeah, I know. We're like running the podcast, and you and I are like nowhere near sniffing the playoff,
Yeah. Nobody listen. We don't have any good advice for you guys. We don't have any fucking clue what we're talking about. Right? So you got some bum on here that hasn't won in a decade, and you got another guy that's he's sniffing, puffing paint fumes, dude. What the fuck do you want from us?
But it's exciting. Like you said, Rob. Everybody put in their lineup, play spoilers or whatever, But yeah,
and like I said, the reminder everybody, the commissioner has ultimate power. We watch this shit, and nobody's going to fade out. This is a good league, and just remember, like I said in the text last week, it's 14-week commitment, boys. So good luck. We'll be back again next year, and God, man, I'll tell you what, that's some exciting shit.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny, though, that really 5 of the 6 seeds are locked in, and it's just, Browntown is just nipping at Scott's heels. And, 70 points is just not that much to pick up, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. It's not easy. If you're Scott, you're going, if I can lose and still put up 130, I'm probably okay. But
didn't Browntown have the highest weekly score?
Oh, yeah.
250. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, we know Scott well. You know he's like just sitting there like walking around his house with his arms crossed right now, just stressed all hell, right? So, and I don't know about you, Sam. Maybe it's the pain fumes, or maybe it's just that just makes me sleep a little bit better at night, brother.
You know it. But yeah, awesome. All right, you know what? That's it for the podcast. We're just talking about what ifs and everything, and of course we'll have a podcast next week too, right, Rob?
Yeah, we'll do
Just
a
for the
season
playoffs.
recap.
Yeah, season
Yep, we'll keep it
recaps
going.
and what's quote unquote awards, right? For the
Yep.
so
Oh yeah, there's money. Oh,
so
hey, and here's the point. Remember, hey guys, we hate to say this, but we do ask that you pay for the league. So let's go ahead and put that in the stuff tonight. That after this week, you got to pay for these guys, and it ain't coming to
yes,
Gang Green
yes,
as usual.
and I'll make sure to put the Venmo account to send to Rob. So
As
yeah,
is,
let's pay the commish.
God, thanks. And as is all too often the case, Sam, it's a non-profit league for me this year. All
Yes,
expense.
yes.
All right, brother.
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck, everybody that still has a chance, and or whoever can play spoiler. Good luck to you too. All right, thanks,
Oh
guys.
hell, I'm coming for you, Michael. I'm coming for you. All right, see you, Sam.